Cheers.
Yeah, so how did you feel about the process of creating your showcase?
So, like with everything in these past few weeks, we've only had a week to do things unless it's been carried over. So, everything's been quite rushed and there's been a lot of detail that we've had to cover. So, creating our showcase, we all had this flood of, oh my God, how are we going to do this? We had, I think, 2 days to put it all together, really. So, with like gathering the material, showing it all to Carly, to actually having a show that stood on its own 2 feet, it was a bit of a whirlwind. I sort of had faith in Carly because although we were having the director's eye on everything, she was there to sort of make the final decisions for us, which I think helped us a lot. And I had every faith in her that we was going to get to a point where it felt like we didn't have anything, but we had enough so we could create a show. I think I was confused in how we was going to put everything together. I didn't really see an end point. I had an idea which I proposed and it sort of ended up helping to form the show, but it was just sort of off the cuff. Like I didn't really plan for it to happen like that. It just sort of, I used a task that we'd done in the past few weeks where we done sort of like a mock audition. I really felt like there was something in that and there was something to be learned from that over like the whole of Miskin. Like I knew we had other people coming to watch us, and I think with the knowledge I know now, it's something that I want to share to make other people's journeys easier for them. I feel like I've got such a better understanding of what to do and not to do in an audition, that there was something that we could definitely play with in there. So we used that as an idea. The creating of it didn't take too long at all because we had most of the material already. There was a bit of a time where we were stressing out about how we was going to like learn everything. A few of us were still on book for things and we had a night to learn it, but we were all passionate enough, and I think the time restraints helped us to learn all these pieces. So we collated it all and we had time to tech it and everything, and as a show that we put together in a few days, I think it really works. There's something in it that could definitely be used in the future. It could be developed. The 2 shows were quite different. The first one, we all fell into the trap of picking up other people's energies and the audience weren't on board with us as much. In the second show, I feel like because Carly made it aware to us that we were dropping the energy every time, we made a better effort to pick it up every single time we come on stage, just entering with a new energy, so that we were keeping the energy up, the audience were keeping their energy up, and it showed because the audience were a lot more on board with us. They were laughing at the bits that were needed to be funny. They were sensitive to the scenes such as the rape, and I think that the process was rushed and it was stressful and it was definitely hard and challenging, but I think we've learnt so much from it in just like the past 2 days, and there's a lot of things that we've taken from it and I've personally taken from it.
What would you have done differently?
I think due to my own inhibitions, there's just something in me that stops me from putting my voice out there as much. I constantly doubt everything that I'm doing, which Carly picked up on. I was already aware of it and I didn't really listen to myself, and Carly sort of made us aware that we needed more material. We all have so much more material, we just haven't put it forward. And at this point, I think something in me just sort of changed, where I thought, I've been training now for almost 3 years. In the past 6 weeks, it's been such intense work, but I've learned probably the most from it. I do know what I'm talking about, and so I just offered whatever I had, and it ended up making it into the final piece. So it just goes to show that although I didn't I didn't know what the end product was going to be, and I didn't know if my work was any good. It's still good to just try. So I think putting more material forward, even if I'm not sure about it, that's what I would have changed.
Good.